Welcome back. We're going to see through some bullshit. So this is actually going to be a different kind of video. So it's not going to be about what if, but I'm going to be basing it around the what ifs. So this is SBR. They normally get most Dragon Ball stuff from, probably. Not much reliable for Dragon Ball information.
Be worth checking out.
Not very good!
Better off without Goku.
Yeah.
So, before anything gets mentioned, I haven't seen this video yet, so I'm just going off by the titles. So, would it be better off with Goku? I don't think it would be, because you got the red ribbon army, and they are looking for the Dragon Balls. It doesn't matter if Goku's alive or not. And then you got the Peel Off Gang, what's doing the same thing, and since Goku is the one who stopped Peel Off of dominating the world, then Peel Off would actually have all them Dragon Balls and probably take out Bulma because she's the only one who stands in his way, pretty much. Because Krillin was eating him both then. But this is going to a Dragon Ball Z, so but there won't be a Dragon Ball Z if there wasn't a Goku in Dragon Ball. So yeah, Pilaf would have got his wish and be the ruler of the world, of Earth, and everyone bows down before him. And then you got the Red Ribbon Army after. Then you got the Demon King Piccolo, who's on the Earth as well, with no means from Goku. The Z part is only for Goku makes the things happen in the Z, like Raditz and so I can understand that part. Anything else what Goku makes? So it doesn't kill Frieza. Frieza comes to Earth because of Goku. Cell wouldn't be living. He won't be fought off because there'd be no Goku. Okay, he didn't take out the Red Ribbon armor, so there'd be no Cell. There'd be no androids. Or androids 17, 18, and 16 anyway. The Vegeta, it came down because the Dragon Balls, or to get Goku or whatever. Don't know what the main reason was. I'll be asked to look it up. So yeah. So Vegeta came down because of Raditz death. And the Dragon Balls, yeah. So Raditz is the problem from Goku, so that makes Vegeta the problem from Goku as well. Trying to think of the villains. Boo. He's already on Earth, I think. Somewhere in that egg. It's Bob D who travels to Earth, I think, from somewhere else. Or whatnot. So Goku's not the problem of Majin Buu. So yeah, there'd be no androids, there'd be no Cell. And if there is, it'd be weak and a pause and peel off. That's the only way. So there is stuff, and there's stuff being taken out if there was not Goku.
I'd say we're lucky to be alive.
It's always the same in DBZ. Goku isn't around because he's dead, on a different planet, or recuperating. The other fighters get their butts handed to them, and Goku finally shows up at the last minute. He saves the day, and the Z fighters celebrate by having a barbecue or something. It seems like there is no victory without Goku. He is definitely the most powerful fighter, but if you think about it, there wouldn't even be a need to fight if Goku didn't exist. Hear me out. Raditz comes to Earth looking for Goku. Upon hearing about the Dragon Balls during the Raditz fight, Vegeta and Nappa come to Earth. That in turn brings Frieza to Earth. Then you have Dr. Gero, who created the androids, and Cell to exact revenge on Goku. And of
Whatever. I was saying if there was no Goku in the first place, that Zero would have been nothing, pretty much. Eventually Frieza would come to the Earth. But that's eventually. Because of the Dragon Balls. Raditz and Frieza and Nappa, they're space pirates and taking over planets to sell, and they still work under Frieza, so they could possibly invade eventually, unless if they stand up against Frieza eventually. So it's either one or the other. They sell the planet or they stand up for Frieza. So Frieza would definitely invade to add into the Empire. Dr. Gero would be out of the equation, the android part. So that goes to Boo. Boo could be activated.
Of course, because there is now a bunch of Saiyans on Earth, there is enough power to release Majin Buu. Goku is a villain magnet. He's like Vosh, the Stampede from Trigun. Trouble follows him wherever he goes. It's not necessarily his fault, he's just a really strong fighter, so people want to fight him. Sure, he always ends up saving the world somehow, but think of all the times that people died or planets were destroyed because of his fights. When it comes down to it, the world would be a better place without Goku. Krillin is the most skilled fighter.
All right, you got it.
No question there. Let's skip over that one. Because he's a skill fighter, especially against Frieza.
Buu? Probably not, but taking a hit from one of their powerful attacks or lasting even just a minute against such powerful foes is a feat in and of itself. So we can crack.
You do. I'm Bulma's mother, Mrs. Brief.
Now we
She's meant to be a cyborg, created by Dr. Briefs.
know where Bulma gets her good looks. Panchi is a hot grandma, there's no denying it. In fact, she almost looks better and better the older and older she gets. But how in the world is this possible? After all, everyone gets noticeably older as the series goes on. Even her daughter Bulma starts to look a bit aged as she approaches 40. People have speculated that Panchi is actually an android. Bulma's father is a scientist and supposedly
So yeah. That was a bit off point. Sonic the Super Saiyan Hedgehog.
and Hedgehog. Many people have noticed the similarities between Super Saiyans and Super Sonic. They both power up tremendously, they both get yellow hair, and they both get all glowy. Seeing as how the first appearance of a Super Saiyan was in 1991, the Super Sonic entered the scene shortly after in 1992. It's not a stretch
So, there's your let's just skip the next one. Ah, the Sonic Chaos Emeralds and Dragon Balls. Yeah. Why has it got universes?
Actually parallel universes. We did learn from Dragon Ball Super that there are 12 universes still in existence. Maybe Sonic's is one of not, but hey, one can hope. Half Saiyans are strong.
That's already been proven in this show. So, what does that got to do with this? Not theories. This is true. They have more potential. So yeah. So let's just gloss over this one.
Get very interesting when they reach their father's ages. Dragon Ball G.
Dragon Ball GT is an alternative genre. It's just that people didn't want to accept it as canon.
GT is an alternate timeline. This theory is really more just a way to make everyone feel better about the train wreck that is Dragon Ball GT. The argument over whether or not the show is canon is still an ongoing battle, especially
So there you go. Super GT, Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan God equals Guardian of Planet Vegeta. What's this?
equals Guardian of Planet Vegeta.
So what is this, Super Saiyan with blue hair dye?
It's a little more complicated than that.
Goku may have achieved Super Saiyan God form, but there was in fact one that came before him. Legend has it that a small group of pure heart
Legendary Super Saiyan. Yeah. Who knows? It hasn't even been proven who it is yet.
hearted Saiyans were ashamed by what the Saiyan race had become and sought to destroy the other Saiyans before they could do any more damage. 6 Saiyans joined together, pooling their power into one among them who became the first Super Saiyan God. He easily took out all the evil Saiyans, but the transformation was too much to handle, and it wasn't long before the Saiyan God vanished. It is theorized that because of
I think Kami tells the story in the anime. Don't know if it's in Z or Dragon Ball. It's probably in Z, to be honest, since the first video was his first Z.
his actions, he became the new guardian of planet Vegeta. Time went on and evil took over once more on the planet in another attempt to
Or it might be King Kai. Who tells it? It's Kami on King Kai.
rid the universe of pure evil Saiyan race. The guardian of the planet brought down a meteor shower to destroy the planet and its inhabitants. Unfortunately, his efforts were all for naught, as many Saiyans were lucky enough to escape and made their way to another planet, took over, and renamed it Planet Vegeta. It is this planet that Frieza later destroyed.
Yeah, we know about that. So let's skip that part.
This one is a bit convoluted and ridiculous, but it could weren't true. Yamcha is Gohan.
I'm just going for. Nope. This is the same character design. Dude.
Father. This one is a bit convoluted and ridiculous, but it could change everything if it holds water. Goten is no doubt Goku's son. They look exactly the same. Somehow it skipped a child though, because Gohan looks a lot different from his dad. Some fans think that Chi-Chi was sneaking around behind Goku's back, what with him off training all the time. She needed love, and if she wasn't gonna get it,
So let's try and place this in. So Gohan came at beginning of Z. And Goku at end of Dragon Ball. got married to Chi-Chi. So it's pretty much impossible.
From Goku, she would find it somewhere else. Enter Yamcha, the man who's been wanting a girl his whole life and never could find one. Well, maybe he finally got his dream. Gohan may not be the
And Yamcha was going out with Bulma at that time. Oh, they are having bickering arguments. Because Vegeta hasn't even arrived yet.
spitting image of Goku like his brother is, but the creators must have copy and pasted him from Yamcha. Minus the scars, these two could be the exact same person. It's because of this that fans believe that Gohan is actually Yamcha's son, and that Chi-Chi cheated on Goku. There is one major flaw in this theory though. If Yamcha is really the father, then how come Gohan can go Super Saiyan? The fan theory explanation is that Chi-Chi didn't want Goku to find out the baby wasn't his, so she asked Bulma's father, Dr. Briefs, to inject Goku's genetic material into her womb. His DNA merged with Yamcha's and Chi-Chi's, and there you have it. An insane fan theory for an excuse as to why they look the same other than lazy artistic choice. Zeno is a bad
Yeah, it was a theory, but it's not really anymore. He's just a little child. So let's skip that one.
turn good. He lost his temper and gave birth to a
Oh, it's this.
close to stopping him. So maybe he isn't a bad guy right now, but let's not forget that even after Majin Buu decided to turn good, he lost his temper and gave birth to a being who almost killed every living person on the planet within a couple of minutes. Zeno could definitely become the biggest threat they've yet to face. Frieza lost from being
Yeah. Wasn't lazy for resurrection of it. So yeah. Yeah, he's counting super as well because they're Aussie. So it's not lazy anymore. Yeah, trains. But I'm guessing this is going to be from Namek. He was born with that power level. And he's never been beaten up before. So there was no. So why did he need to train?
lazy.
His power, it's amazing! What? Frieza has a new form!
I know Gold's a bit gauche, but I wanted to ensure you grasp my new position atop the pecking order.
Frieza is arguably the most recognizable and iconic enemy from Dragon Ball Z. He is the one that truly set everything into motion for the future Goku had to face alone. It took everything Goku had left to defeat Frieza, but before facing the Z fighters, Frieza
Told ya, it was going to be about Namek.
barely even got up out of his chair. He didn't need to try because he knew no one stood a chance against him. Because of this, he got lazy and didn't even bother.
Yep. It's not a theory, it's true. Good Gohan and Yamcha is good. They can actually call that a fear. But yeah, you can't call this one it because it is true. It's not a fear. It's already been stated. And everyone knows it.
Ah, I see. Sounds like you guys had a rough time out there.
The great thing about fan theories is everyone can make them. Do you have any creative fan theories to share?
Yeah, if you make it proper fears. Instead of just proving. So the wrong time, or Goku being there. You can call that theory, I guess. But it's true. For most of it. What was the next point? So, couldn't. is smart. Of course, he demonstrated that in Super. So that's not a fear. So that's half a one so far. Cyborg, she didn't even show up anymore, so who really cares? It's like saying Goten and Trunks are robots, and Goten got thing got younger or older. So that was a pointless one. So Super Saiyan Sonic, everyone knows about that. Like Samuels and Dragon Ball. Half Saiyans are stronger than pure Saiyans, pure bloods. It was proven that they were. So they're not even mostly free, is he? Already explained that one. Alternate timeline. People didn't want to accept it was canon because they didn't like it. So that wasn't a theory either. Guardian of the Planet Vegeta. That was pretty much ripped out at the anime. So yeah, that's not a theory either. And Freezer got laser. Or it's Yamcha. You can call it a theory. At least it has concrete evidence that they look the same. But that's about it. So now there's a child. And he's not evil. He's not good either. He's neutral. Lazy Freezer. So yeah, that's true. So it's not a theory. And Zeno's not a theory.
From being
It was just a prediction. So yeah, it's doing between prediction and a theory. So there's probably less theories in here. There's about 2 theories. About 8, I think there's 8 subtitles or tiles. Why is the universe butterfly theory? I don't know actually how to write it. Because all these people die right. I will say you said that you're all correct, 7 and 80. That person were originally humans before they were kidnapped. That will have flying colors. This guy has clearly never even watched the show. Their mispronunciation alone will prove that. All these theories are awful. Let's not forget Kuran's the strongest human in the world. Gohan would have been the strongest of the Saiyans if he didn't become a complete book nerd. He believed Bulma's father injected Goku's DNA into Chi-Chi's womb. How the hell would she know that? He was a Saiyan when it was Raditz that told him 4 years ago. He's got a point there. But then again, she won't even need to know if it was the same. She could have injected Goku's DNA without knowing he was the same. So it would have made any difference. Because Goku was a lot powerful than Yamcha anyway. But you might just want that power. Talking to Dende, and he said that Goku should visit someone who was the reincarnation of Goku. Gohan being Yamcha's is the pretty something else. This is one laughable thing I've seen today. Goku didn't insist the Red Ribbon Army would take off the world. Pilaf fought first. So this guy fought something. Kinda if they didn't send Goku to Earth, they would have sent another baby that would have killed everyone. So kinda but if they would have sent another baby. And if they did, same thing would probably just happen, to be honest. But it'd still be a lot class saying, obviously. Johnson, my Regina, that doesn't mean Bulma had an affair with someone at 36. If Goku was around the world, had been conquered by the Rebellion Army or by King Pilaf. It seems like Emperor Pilaf has been forgotten about. Okay, don't pose much of a threat. So people blanket out and go straight to Red Ruby. They have the force and the military. Valkyrie is a Goku's father. Few chunks is not Goku's father. So they only looked at the thumbnail. Put a point there, yeah. Same bluish and same. Wolf again about which form is stronger, can't wait. Same form is stronger. Yeah. Not about getting heated up in that one. I can go on and go Super Saiyan if he jumps his feet. He's explained how. Let's go fight a Fury mid dive after. He's the most skilled. He's like a technician. So when I would come up with a plan. But saying that, Piccolo would be easy. Goku would come up with a plan but keep it to himself. But with Piccolo and Krillin, they would tell the others. Especially Piccolo, like it did with the Saiyan Saga. With when Piccolo, Gohan, and Krillin has to face Snapper. He leads the charge. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Dr. Gero wanted to take over the world and Goku stopped him. So technically it's not Goku's fault that the androids were created. Yes, it kinda is. It was Goku's fault. He stopped the Rebellion Army, which Dr. Gero was part of. Anyway, I stopped them because he was the Dragon Balls. Very channel for the 4-star Dragon Ball. So he got in the way of the Red Ribbon Army because of that. Just that 4-star Dragon Ball. And eventually, anyway, since Goku does have that ball, the Red Ribbon Army would have came after him eventually. And Finley died. Up was dead. And Goku was still looking for the Dragon Ball at that point. So yeah. We already tried to go for all the Dragon Balls to resurrect Up was dead. Well, Trunks does that like Goku. He could be some Rono Tama. They don't like Goku. Trunks is more serious. He don't play around with his food and test his strengths. Get geeked, man. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of this video. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, or comment down below if you want to. You don't have to. And